What is going on, Babylonians? It's me, Songs of Rays, back with another New World update to bring to you. And today we're talking about the update news that's come out for patch 1.0.2. And it's quite a long list, but in terms of bug fixes, and that's pretty much all we're going to be getting from this. But it does fix a lot of important things, so let's get right into it. Alright, so first up, they're having a look at faction missions. So they've adjusted the rate of influence gain over time, so it will continue to require significant effort over time to flip a territory into a conflict state. So the 2 points that they've done is reduce the amount of influence increase over time significantly for attacking factions, and this is to account for a bug that was found where the increase was multiplied much faster than intended. And they've also removed the decrease in influence over time for defending factions. So the two of them offset each other, and obviously will mean that attacking factions will have to do a lot more to be able to even like attempt to be able to take over that territory, which should be nice to see. It means we won't see as much colour changing going on in the map, and I think it's possibly a nice change because I've noticed on sort of like one of the quieter worlds that I've managed to main on there that the colour seems to be going back and forth like almost every single hour, which is quite surprising. I just thought it was a case of everyone's just being really active and going into the war, but now it makes a bit more sense that it's actually because of the faction missions, and this is the reason why. So it should make things a little bit more constant and be able to keep hold of that territory, at least until you log in the next day, and actually give you time to be able to keep it defended. Next up, so we've got the standard bug fixes that have actually come into the game. So let's just blast through those really nice and quickly for you, and just make it nice and easy for you to be able to know. So they fixed an issue where players could respawn as a corpse. I haven't personally witnessed this myself, but that sounds absolutely hilarious. But obviously that's something that did need addressing and need fixing, so they've done that. Fixed an issue where the tier 3 fishing treasure chest wouldn't fight back after being hooked. So now you actually will have some resistance against those treasure chests. Fix various localization issues and text fields. Fix an issue causing players to be kicked, suspended, banned, or removed from the game by easy anti-cheat to receive unclear communication. Additional messaging has been added so players can better understand the penalty they receive. So that's going to be a huge one, and I haven't heard much about that in the community myself, but to be fair, I haven't really dived too much into the Reddit, but I'd be genuinely miffed if I started seeing things like that came across my game, so I can understand that one actually being implemented. Fix an issue causing territory influence to be reset after an invasion. Fix an issue where players attempting to take a split amount of stacked items from a different settlement their faction owns, they would charge for the entire cost of the items in the stack, so that should help with your management of your gold. Fixing a game crash caused by the player targeting another player with a healing effect at the exact moment they fast travelled or teleported away. Very niche, but obviously that would be quite frustrating. Fixed an issue reducing variety and potential quantity of loot obtained from game modes and chests within the world. Fixed an issue causing some crafting bonuses to not provide the minimum intended values. Fixed an issue where overflow items in storage transferred to a different territory. Also fixed an issue causing the ice pylon ability to not cool down appropriately. Fixed an issue with this settlement storage can become massively overflowed by expired contracts. Fix an issue where players' movement could stutter after becoming encumbered from logging. Fix an issue where there were not enough chests at Hapless Homestead to fulfill the faction quest requirements. That one sounds familiar to me. I feel like I've had that one happen to me before, but maybe it was just maybe I'm just making things up. Maybe I've encountered something else. Fix an issue causing players to randomly teleport. That's an interesting one. Fix an issue where players disappear if standing still when a campsite turret blueprint is being held. Fixed a visual issue causing repeater turrets to appear as if they were firing projectiles at an angle that did not align with the turret, and fixed miscellaneous game crashes as well. So overall, I think these are some good and nice changes that are actually going to be coming to it, and obviously some of these are very niche and might not have been picked up on when it came to quality assurance, but obviously there's been more than enough players out there to be able to address these with Amazon Games, and they've clearly gone ahead and fixed a bunch of these, so that's very nice to see, and hopefully we'll start seeing a little bit more quality of life over the time as well. Next up on the AI fixes, they fixed an issue where the Marsh jaw respawns slower than intended at flatfish fisheries, fixed an issue causing certain bears to respawn faster than intended, and fixed an issue causing twice the intended number of boars to spawn at the Boar's Home POI in Restless Shores. Now those two I believe are being used at the moment to be able to get much higher, or be able to level yourself much faster than what was initially intended with this game's release. So it's nice to see that that's something that wasn't intended, but is actually being addressed and actually going forward. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a bit upsetting that we're having to do this slow leveling at the moment, but at the end of the day, it is an MMO, and obviously slow leveling is part of the game, and it does take a bit of a grind to be able to get to where we are. So if it was not intended, then I'm glad that it's been fixed. Lastly, we've got store fixes. fixed an issue where players could be prompted to purchase an item they had previously started the unlocking process on in the in-game store when trying to unlock another item immediately after. Fixed an issue causing store previews for skins to not work correctly when the player was actively wielding a weapon. Fixed an issue where the Righteous Guardian armor skin would not change colour in war. Done the exact same thing for the Runic Bear armor skin, and fixed an issue causing incorrect poses when previewing store items. Now, for any of you eagle-eyed viewers that have already read the patch notes before coming to this video, you'll have noticed that I've missed out a specific line, and that's done for a reason, because let's be honest, it's the most important part of all of the bug fixes, of all the patch notes that was listed on this week, and that's because we fixed an issue where petting Barkimedes caused the camera to jitter. Thank God! They finally fixed the most important feature in this game, where no more jittery camera when petting a wolf. I mean, it's possibly the best wolf that you could possibly pet, it's possibly the best interaction you can do in the whole game, and they've managed to fix the jittery camera. Thank God. Now, I'm obviously being a little bit sarcastic, but let's be honest, it's so satisfying to be able to pet Barkimedes, and the first time you meet him, it's obviously one of those kind of moments as well. So I'd take it with a pinch of salt, but definitely is something that was worth fixing, especially considering people like myself, and I'm sure there's many other players out there that were quite happy to be able to pet that wolf as well outside of the Ermine excavation. So that pretty much wraps up the patch notes for 1.0.2 for New World. Let us know your thoughts as to were these worthwhile changes. Is there anything else that hasn't been addressed that you would like to be able to see addressed? Make sure you put those in the comments section down below. Thanks so much again to all the members of the Babylonian family, and I will remind you that if you are looking to be able to take part in getting your name up on each of our videos and to be able to support us, make sure to click that join button that's right next to the subscribe button, and it literally is as simple as 99p a month, and it really just lets us know that you do actually encourage our content that's going to be coming out. As always, keep yourself safe, keep yourself well, and I'll see you all on that next video.